Okay,
Always.
so we are recording, and Vivian, you are going after him.
She's more, unless he stops to actually talk, she's just gonna talk along while he's walking.
He's
Hey,
ignoring
Thorbred.
you.
Nice to meet you. Name's Vivian.
Why are you talking to
You
me?
might be trying to ignore me, but
Why are you talking to me?
oh, I just wanted to welcome you over to the Elysium. Told you were invited if you ever wanted to come over.
He keeps walking.
Cool. All right. So, is there anything around the town that is pretty interesting? Did you want to see anywhere, or
Keeps walking.
anything curious? I'll tell you something curious. All this stuff's been going on around the town. Yeah, the prince ended up getting taken hostage by the werewolves at one point. There's this.
Roll charisma expression. The difficulty will be lowered to 7 for you because you're you.
Quick, another willpower point.
That might be wise to prevent botches.
That is actually exactly what I really, really don't want right now.
Just flat out kills you. Then goes on to deoblize your sire.
4 successes.
Huh. And he got out. Impressive.
Managed to get the diplomat we sent along the way before he even got to the werewolves. Pretty interesting.
Sylvant. He's still walking as he says this.
I'm still walking with him. So she's just going to continue basically chatting either to herself or with him, however it ends up going.
Is there anything else you wish to say? Because generally he's gonna be pretty silent and trying to ignore you.
And I am trying to worm my way into his heart.
Do you follow him into the streets he claims as his?
No, I'm not going that far. In fact, once we either get to a car or just a little bit past where, a block or so from Elysium, she'll just say, all right, well, it was great seeing you. Hope to see you again.
Yeah.
Bye.
Once you get outside the park, you see that there is a car waiting for him and he gets in the back seat.
All right, that's where she'll just go ahead and separate then. Hope to see you again later.
Yes, Jackalor, exactly. That's why he doesn't give a fuck about Halfdan being, a mongrel. Okay then. So, at that point, unless someone does something extreme to keep people there, we're just gonna start leaving, because that was a bit too real right there.
Yeah, you don't say. I think it's over.
He whispers
Everybody just
relieved to himself.
Get out of the rock.
Vivian really is a Malkavian. Just walked with the dude. Talk to him. Like it's normal. Fuck.
Oh, and I have to thank you. You just make him like me a little bit more. You still want to kill me, but a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't
know
think you
what?
know about that though. So
Add in the other traits, Bacon. Thorbrand's respect stat. Tick it up to 1. If you ever want to have him actually do things for you, the one asking might want to tick that up as far as they can. So, what do you wish to do once that separates out?
well, this is where I have real question. Do I get a roll to try and worm my way into Thorbrand's heart? It's one of the few chances I'll get, so want to check.
Not really. You,
Damn
with
it.
those 4 successes, did as much of that as you could, and it's essentially he allowed you to walk with him and chatter at him all the way to the car. That's a win. You are not inside Elysium. He it's like every step he takes and everything he did here was like, is it easier to kill them all or talk to them? I don't know.
Oh, well, I'll go back then. Yeah, he's an interesting dude.
I raised my eyebrow at that.
A lot of the others have already fucked off. Just
Well,
I think I
randomly
earned brownie points with Valda. I just saved Halvdan.
and
Not,
it just
not really. All of you care for Teddy. That was a group effort. It raises clan cohesion, but it doesn't necessarily earn brownie points with any specific one.
Oh, cohesion's fine. Works great.
I'll just go get Andy and go back to my place. I have a visit to receive, so
Then I suppose I'll go over to Halvdan.
I'm probably just sitting down somewhere, leaning on a tree or something, just like go like in disbelief, like, oh fuck.
Honey, what were you thinking?
Oh no, Vivian's seen the pictures probably. They were very explicit.
I'm probably just looking down at the ground, just like, I know. I guess I wasn't thinking at that moment. I wasn't thinking at all at that moment.
If that went really badly, you do realize that you might have been removed as Primogen there, right? The possibility.
I lift up my head and it's like, I know. And
Excuse me, Vivian, but it's not up to the prince to decide who is Primogen for our clan.
Oh. That's right. Wait, is that right?
Depends on the prince and how big a dick they have, essentially.
Pretty much.
Well, I'm sure that at least these days he couldn't do it. That's a good point.
That being said, I wouldn't exclude the possibility that there might be better candidates, at least in the short.
I'm going to ignore that he said that.
Vivian will
Is he
raise
sure
the
you want to?
eyebrow at the very, very obvious.
Oh,
I mean,
he's
I
not
know it's
even
obvious.
hiding it. There's almost a light in his eyes. He's looking at Halfdan like a wounded lamb.
You're just gonna let that slide?
No, actually, know what? As Vivian looks at him, raising an eyebrow, I look at him as that the same way. It's like, really, dude? With the face, like, really, dude? Now?
He's staring you right down, like, go on, make my day. He's challenging you.
Just gonna take that, are you?
There can be only one.
No, don't do this. You're making me tempted. Don't do it. I like you, Maxim. Don't do it.
I was just going to, since I was leaning on a tree, I was just going to, seeing as he challenges me, I'm going to stand up, straight, not straight now, and just go back in, full on confidence mode. It's like, huh.
Still trying to stare you down.
Gonna roast. When are you gonna start rolling manipulation, intimidation?
I think both of you need to at this
Yes.
point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm not the best at that.
And the willpower
He is
point.
pretty
Yeah, and
Yes.
I was feeling this is a challenge of my authority. I'm spending a willpower point as well. So yeah, difficulty 6. Test it.
good. Ooh.
5.
One. I'm not worried too much about this as far as trying to intimidate him or anything personally.
Oh no, this is a inner clan matter anyway. So it would be difficult
Okay,
for
good.
you to help. This is a traditional alpha wolf kind of moment.
Goods. Wait, was this manipulation? I don't think he has a special.
It's manipulation, yes. You know, he seems very confident, but then he seems to hesitate for a moment. There's doubt in his eyes.
Arms crossed at this point. Still stare down. And then after maybe about another, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds, I'll just, this point, look, we've had a rough night. Just call it even, okay?
A rough night. The prince tried to fuck you. What are you gonna do about it?
He tends to do that, yeah. Well, first of all, stand on my two, stand on my 2 feet and not be a little bitch. That's the first step.
Then don't be a little.
Who said I was?
I did.
Uh.
Now. I'm gonna pick up another willpower point for him pushing through with this because you did beat him.
You're just gonna let that stand?
No, I was just gonna give him a grin. It's like, I'm the little bitch here.
Oh my god, you're gonna lose Kagura status, aren't you?
I'm just standing on my fucking 2 feet. I'm not gonna have somebody call me a little bitch.
Then don't.
I just give him a grin. That's it. Don't actually say anything.
You're not good. Okay. Your choice, man. You're grave.
Strongest clan in the Camarilla. Kowtow.
At that point, I just return back to Vivian.
Vivian seems to be staring rather hard at him.
At who? At Halfdan or Maxim?
It appears to be at Maxim at the moment. For the first time tonight, she doesn't seem to be smiling.
He doesn't give a fuck. He needs to shank a primogen. Politically. Was there something, Elder? Turning
Yes,
to you
honey.
now.
You see, while I don't generally try to do anything that gets in the way of political maneuvers or such, you do have to understand that that is my friend you are talking to right there. Try not to push it too far.
The clan should be led by the strongest. If he can't defend himself, he doesn't.
By the strongest?
You know, at this point, I think there's quite a few people that are staring in one way or another, openly or not, at this confrontation, because clearly something is happening here.
Yeah,
The gangrel monolith has shown a crack.
pretty much.
Maxim's gonna make me do something I don't want to do to Maxim.
Do it for Halvdan.
I mean, you can certainly interfere in internal gangrel politics if you want. Or try to.
No, this is more about him trying to attack Halfdan than trying to get into the politics.
He's not
No, they're kind
attacking,
of the same.
he's intimidating and politicking.
Mm-hmm.
He's very carefully staying just on that safe side of the line that respects the rule of Elysium, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfectly within the rules, it's just that he's an asshole about how he's using the rules, like an elder.
Just be careful how you go about this. Oh, Halfdan, about the mistake you were making.
Right.
What exactly were you thinking there?
Well, what exactly I was thinking at that exact moment?
Sure, why not start there?
Oh dear.
Um,
Demi, roll luck die to see if Bobby is still around. This is important. Shit. Bobby is gonna read your mind because he's curious and that's his whole thing. He reads usually mortals' minds because vampires are hard, yo. But this is juicy. What's your current willpower?
fuck too.
Oh dear.
Oh. Oh, it's 10 successes.
As you're talking to Vivian, you just see Bobby back in the trees where you didn't really notice him, staring at you in open-mouthed shock.
God bless.
Sorry, Debbie, there's no way my character would know. And she's like, why would he
I
do
know.
this?
I know. I mean, I wouldn't know it either.
I mean, I know he's a pervert, but getting onto the front page of news, pervert.
I mean, the title did say local degeneracy. Yeah, but I'm just gonna give a quick rundown of how a little bit of stress relief went into a little bit more. Yeah. I don't want
In
to be.
Elysium.
I mean, I was gonna sort of whisper that, not really whisper, but low tone, talk to Vivian about that, because I don't really want to, talk about openly about ramming somebody.
Yeah, people are spreading out. Demi, Bobby is still looking at you in... Yes, Jack Lord, you can roll for it. Roll at 6 for perception alertness, because I assume you're like mingling or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm
Actually,
sad.
make it a 5.
Come on.
I'm sorry. I could already roll, but since I... Yeah, you made
Yeah, that's because
roll.
your thing's slow. I don't know why, but your thing's
I'm
pretty slow.
clicking between many different things. Yeah, you do hear it. Demi, you hear in your mind as Bobby is still staring at you, and you can feel that it is him. Teddy, how could you? I should have known. Nobody is that good. Teddy.
Hey, Bobby! Nice to see you!
Wait, nobody, wait, nobody is that good, not even a Teddy.
Yep.
He knows.
I know that he
Exactly,
knows.
yeah.
It's
He
just
literally
like,
whispered in your mouth, and the open mouth shock is pretty fucking obvious. So, Demi, I think your dark secret is known to at least one NPC now.
yup.
Could I make a roll to find out some stuff's going down between these two?
Roll manipulation subterfuge, Demi, to not give it away, and you can roll perception empathy epic.
No, he's gonna
Okay.
find out. He's gonna find
And my
out.
Auspex is up, so
Asshole.
He's gonna find out.
I mean, it was mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Thank.
Then also roll your Auspex rating, by the way. At 8.
I think he knows.
Nope. At least not the
That's
Auspex
double
thing.
Double
botch.
botch.
Well, nothing is
Double
wrong at
botch.
all. Shit. There is something going on between them, but Bobby's perfectly safe. Nothing is wrong. If anything, it's a good thing for Bobby that that this is going on.
Oh, okay, that's the Auspex part.
Yeah.
So I know
Because-
something's going on with Bobby, but it's probably a good thing?
It's
Okay.
as far as feelings go, it's not gonna end badly. As far as you can tell, it feels like a good thing. But you could
Sure.
they're definitely sharing a moment, and Bobby seems very surprised.
Okay. But why would you do that as a vampire, Halfdan? Generally, just going and getting some blood's quite a bit better.
I mean,
He did that too. I mean, the demon says it's not the same unless there's fangs. Might as well be with the mortal then. The fangs just make it better.
Is Bobby seeing all this?
Oh yes,
I
and a
feel-
lot more.
I feel awkward talking about this exactly to Vivian, so I'm trying to think in the most parenty way possible right now to explain how exhibitionism works.
Exhibitionism at the 50s works.
It's very
Well-
spicy, Demi, for especially in those times. I'm not sure
When a
you
mom
can
and
explain
daddy
it.
likes each other very much, and I mean very much. Sometimes they do it at a lamppost. God help me. What the fuck to say?
Then,
okay.
Epic, you're still gonna force him to explain it, but just so you know about this kind of stuff. Roll me intelligence academics at 7 because you are French technically.
Oh, that's
This is true. I am French.
God damn it.
I also spent time with pirates for a year or two, baby. But
Yeah, but they wouldn't know about, truly spicy kinks. They were simpler men.
all right, difficulty 6.
7. Because,
7.
yeah.
Nope. Apparently, I don't. Explain it to me, please. I'm very curious.
Um, I don't even know how to explain this. I know that she's 400 years old and all, but it doesn't. Especially that, like, a night ago is called a pedophile. Now explaining to the little girl how exhibitionism works.
I'll have you know, I am 450 odd years old.
Okay, I think I'll explain this in a very sort of awkward voice, since like, when two people like each other very much, and I mean very, very much, they like to do things together everywhere.
Bobby gasps in your mind. You actually like that?
This is wonderful.
I got 10 successes. on that shit. That was spicy as fuck. I cannot fucking disagree. It's like almost a sensation that I tried harder because people were watching me, you know?
Oh, switch nature to gallant. They just wouldn't stop even when people yelled at them. I'm so glad this is a thing now. This is just epic rage quit.
Traumatized him, I mean.
This is gonna stay in my fucking minds for the rest of the goddamn.
Oh Christ.
You know what? After all the laughs, I have actually zero fucking regrets that this happened. This is amazing. Absolutely fucking amazing.
You know, you
Epic
won't
back.
lose any status for this demi, because at least not in any, not from this alone.
Right, but
Bec-
people
but-
are wary now.
The problem is that Maxim called you out in front of Elysium, and while you did stare him down, he did not act like a little bitch. He called you out like a proper gangrel. So he is on the verge of gaining a point of clan status for it.
Okay.
Yep. So Vivian's gonna continue grilling you on this. Why is this so great that you would, do this in front of cameras and people?
Avdan makes a sex tape in the 60s. 40 years later, hunters discover it and discover another one. 40 years later, it's like, we have a live one, boys. God damn. Like,
Okay. I sort of put my hand over my mouth and sort of touching my beard, just like open mouth, and I like not know what to say. And it's like, well, it's really good. I don't know, Vivian.
She's tired of him trying to explain it and doing so poorly. She's gonna try and read his mind to find out how this is so good that he would do it.
I feel like I might need. You need to. Why does Vivian care enough to expend a willpower point? Because I. Bet metagaming.
Because this is apparently something good enough that he's willing to break the masquerade knowingly for it. That is something.
Yeah, it is something. I almost might do it myself, but no, I won't be doing it.
Let's.
You would know that perversions are a thing, but you wouldn't necessarily know to what extent. Okay,
I mean, that's partly because she's very curious. She goes around trying to find stuff out. That's why she has a dots in all the knowledges except computer.
go ahead. You may roll. I accept that justification. I mean,
If she knew if she had gotten like 2 or 3 successes on that roll for knowing what it was, I would totally be just like whatever. But no, she doesn't know. Somehow she does not know. And thus, very curious, Vivian rolls intelligence subterfuge, if I remember right.
yes.
It is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know.
Oh,
You
She knows.
delve into his mind and you see it going back like 4 or 5 decades almost at this point. And there's just this probably not the first time around, but somewhere on the 5th or 6th, you would probably see his memory of her apocalyptical form as well. When they were in private.
Oh boy!
Familiar faces, worn-out places.
Let me find a
Oh.
description for it. Okay, defilers. She was longing, I think. Okay, the visage of longing. The angels of inspiration are visions of beauty, compared to whom even the radiant angels of the Namaru pale. Their golden hair and perfectly sculpted features are the romantic ideal spoken of in mortal poetry and prose. And their honey voices melt even the hardest hearts. Effectively, that would take her to 5 in all social with the bonuses and her current stats. And yeah, you know, this blonde supermodel. Unnaturally perfect, more or less. Also wings, I think. Are there wings?
Cool.
I don't think there are wings for this one, but even so. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I suppose a more important question here is, in his experience, has she been evil demon witch?
They probably would have. Well, Demi, would you have asked her anything about her? Because you collect tales, right?
Right, I probably would have had some talks about her. I'm not sort of forcing my way into, of course.
Yeah, she would be reluctant to open up, but if the conversation had turned to mortal worship and the like, she would have been pretty flat out. Like I wouldn't do that to you because that would ruin our thing, and no, not unless they're like no. You know,
Hmm.
she would have made it clear that while she might in some far off future be convinced, it's not really an option. Not because she can, but because she won't.
So she is not a total evil witch. She's just a perverted wench.
Yeah, more or less.
And I'm a slut as well, so I think we go well together.
She would have been very defensive and reluctant to share things about herself and, actual demon shit because, well, Demi, you have some empathy, right? It would have been pretty
I have more
obvious.
empathy.
Yeah, it would have been, well, 4 now, 3 previously. It would have been pretty obvious that for whatever reason, it's something that's painful to her to talk about, so she tries to avoid that.
Mm.
And generally, she's just like, yeah, not many other demons around, not much to do here of earth-shattering importance, and she doesn't want to deal with that shit anyway, so she's just glad to be out of hell. And enjoying herself. Also, get back in bed, you asshole, I don't want to talk anymore.
Okay, I think I got enough info to know what's going down. What's this gal's name?
You may have her celestial name. It's Florin.
Holy shit, I got her celestial name.
He,
Fuck me.
she would have eventually shared it with Halfdan for emergencies because he's like one of the few people she might get off her ass for, maybe.
Hell, what you know?
I mean, you could probably figure out her true name.
Okay. So, I think the
No.
first thing I need to do is try to avoid making any kind of face to this revelation.
Yeah, this is a hefty one, so manipulation subterfuge at 7, I would say. I will bump the difficulty by 1 because holy crap, that's something to be hit with.
That is something to be hit with. I got 2. I'm not the worst.
Demi, roll perception empathy.
Perception of the. Ooh, that's.
And I roll perception empathy.
You're pretty far.
You're pretty far, and she has her back to you. You do have aspects active, so that will allow a roll, but for you, at least an 8. Even
Yeah,
with
that's
all
fine.
the aspects.
That's fine.
For you, 6,
had a
Demi.
6.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're right next to her.
I wash on all of them. Yay!
Empathy is motives. Does that count as well?
No, almost certainly not. This has nothing to do with my motives.
Yeah. It's hard to tell what's going on.
Well, I think we should probably take this talk somewhere else for a little while then.
And this is why, even if you love a lady demon very, very much, you do not stick your dick in Infernal. Ever.
But it was good.
Actually, I think she has less of a problem with this in general, rather than, oh, this is what Bobby was thinking. In fact, I'll need to be right back.
Okay. What do you do?
Bobby, can you come here for a minute? We need to talk.
Yeah, he's gonna go to you, sure.
We're gonna start walking us, get away from Elysium and everything. Okay. I think you might have learned what I did.
He gives you like a kicked puppy look. His dreams were shattered.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How could he?
What? Tell me?
How could he? He was our teddy.
Yes, I know.
What's my new name now? Molester or
Uh.
something?
What I do for Halfdan.
I fucking love it. Once we go into private, I need to do something. But once we get into private,
So I'm gonna
Demons
take him
are
off, make sure we're
Demons
fairly
are
alone and
super
everything.
rare.
I'm going to ask his opinion on demons, etc. Things like that.
Why are you even asking?
Jesus.
I'm curious. I don't know much about them.
They're horrible. Like sacrificing babies and stuff.
Huh. I've heard those kinds of things. I didn't see the one in that Halfdan's going with doing anything like that.
I don't know. I need to go.
And I'm presuming we're in a very nice and private spot.
He's
'Cause we're
already
talking very-
looking towards the edge of the park. You do not have eye contact at the moment.
Yeah, not at the moment. Okay. Is there a reason that you're particularly against, demons or anything? Ever meet one?
How could he? I thought he was good.
Aw, it's okay. Don't worry. I think Halfdan is still good, although probably very, very perverted. Very perverted. It's okay. It's okay. Let's see. This was this.
I'm
This
gonna
is this.
go. He starts walking.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking up something real quick. Well, there's only one way to possibly go about this. I'm going to start trying to cheer him up along the way and see if I can't get eye contact for a moment, then use the forgetful mind on him.
Shit. I had rolled his aspects for you trying this previously on him. Oh. I need to reroll it. I forgot his discipline prodigy.
Of course he has discipline prodigy aspects. Wait, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why he is so goddamn high in it as well.
Cool.
Okay, same result.
I'm just mostly surprised this would be even an aspects roll. This isn't intending to do anything besides maybe even save him from possible repercussions from this knowledge.
It's more the fact that he really doesn't want to forget. And you are about to essentially take away something he considers an important piece of information. Which is why it's a roll at all.
I want rolls for knowing about that kind of stuff.
If someone tries to mindfuck you out of something that you really want to know, you may remind me and you will get a roll at high difficulty. Or at a decent difficulty if it's immediate enough and important enough, like it is to him. Literally, his entire world just got shattered.
Sadness. Though I am being honest and trying to help get him back together. Part of why I'm actually trying to do this to him, though. So.
You are supposedly against mind control, and he might get over this normally. You seem awful quick to resort to this for a character that's supposedly against this sort of bullshit when avoidable.
That's why I was trying to get his opinion on demons and stuff. If he's willing to try and find out more before doing anything, then yeah. But so far, from what you've told me, his opinion seems to be just demons really bad.
He's in
Probably need to go
shock.
tell
I
people.
thought I had gotten that across pretty decently. He hasn't processed yet.
Oh.
You can keep an eye on him and refuse to leave him alone if you want to, follow him. Make sure that he doesn't tell anyone. You could do that. Or you could mindfuck him. I'm just saying that, you don't know if he's...
Okay. So I just misunderstood how bad he was against demons then. She would go with him and just try and keep him together then, and try and convince him not to go and tell anybody about this and things like that.
Okay, then he wouldn't be getting an aspect roll, at least not yet, and he wouldn't be distrustful of you. Okay, good.
Yeah, that is for when he just starts really trying to go for that.
He got 3 successes at 9 for knowing about demons, so he actually knows the basics like names, etc. Because there was a chance if he failed that roll and rolled badly on luck that he might have just called her by name while talking to you, which would have been a bad thing.
Oh boy. Alright, so I'm going to be talking with him for a while. I'll send a thought eventually over to Halfdan. Okay, I'm trying to waylay things over on this side. Try and avoid thinking about things for a while, please. You know what things we're talking about. Right now, Jack? I think it's almost over.
Yeah, I think we have to more or less hand out experience now. And I think the way this has gone, there's still a couple meetings that we need to handle, but done about half, I think, of things we needed to cover. So I think session after the next one, we turn over the chapter and have a time skip of at least a few years, and we'll have one session where probably like at least half of it is gonna go to us going through and seeing what you do and making rolls for your downtime actions.
Cool. Woo-wee.
Okay, so I generally don't do this, but I think that you might just agree with me that Demi deserves both the mercy point and the awesome point. Because he's mildly
Aw.
fucked. And that was certainly an awesome moment. But you can certainly present your own recommendations.
I mean, I admit, Debbie totally did pretty awesome for a lot of it too. I felt I did awesome in a lot of this session too.
Yeah, I wanted to say that Vivian Epic, aka, did really fucking good.
I mean, she did talk with Thorbrand, so kind
Yeah,
of
that's
deserve
also
it.
a fucking moment and a half.
Okay, yeah, that was a ballsy move, not gonna lie, but it paid off.
I
You
think
did.
I proved myself as a Malkavian. I do play my own pranks. I just have been saving up for a while because it's been stressful.
But
Yeah.
yeah, then we should
And
probably
then
get the tricky
I
one.
wouldn't save Halfdan's fucking status.
Oh yeah, that was basically the entire point.
You know, does anyone else have anything else to add? Because, hey, reasonable point.
It was a
Jackal?
group effort, but I initiated it. To do that right.
And I
Let's
propelled
check
us
over
really hard as well in that. God
Yes,
damn.
you did.
Taken? You were saying something?
Yeah, Checkler went to PRP.
Yep.
Hmm.
Jack will be right back. I don't know what he's doing. He just suddenly said BRB and
Okay.
literally right as we were starting to do stuff.
Well then, why don't we start with the lesson part of this? Demi.
Don't fuck demons in the pub.
Oh no, this is gonna be phrased differently than just a lesson as per usual. So,
I know.
what's the one thing you regret about recent events, or that you would do differently given the chance?
Well, I think it's almost self-explanatory, but sure. I regret going full lust mode and fucking a demon really fucking well on the goddamn street.
I mean, you have
Because
her good favor now. You could ask for something right now before she forgets about what you did for her there.
yeah, but I regret it not for the actual fucking. It's more that I regret it because of the problems that it's caused. Now.
You regret getting caught fucking a demon.
No. It's not even getting caught. It's that I've caused a lot of problems for everybody else just because I can't keep my dick in my pants.
Okay.
And if I were to do something different, well, it's definitely first of all, not sucking her, so it's a masquerade breach, right? Second of all, might also not want to do it public anymore.
He's gonna be so disappointed. Mind you, there might be one or two mortals of varying. Demi, the degeneracy of New Orleans is not gonna end there. You've given her a taste for it.
Oh my god, we're gonna make fucking this place a degenerate place, aren't we?
Look, if it is a peacefully degenerate place, that's fine by me.
I mean, that's how I am. So yes.
there might be a reshuffling when certain people get fired and disgraced incoming. Oh yeah, this street is totally safe. No one is ever here at this hour.
40 years into the future, it has become tradition to fuck people on the streets.
There's just an intercom announcement all the time. Just so you all know and remember, consent is obligated. All else is all on the floor.
And don't forget to practice safe sex.
Do not forget there are condom dispensers on every street. It costs 50 cents.
50 cents can save you from 18 years of misery.
If the defiler managed to pull that off, even the residual connection to that much faith and emotion might just propel her to some real power.
Jesus Christ.
50 years, well, more like 43, until the rest of the demons start breaking out is a long time to build a power base, even when you're not trying.
God bless. Amen to this all.
So yeah, welcome back, Jack.
That was quite something.
Yes, it was.
You think?
So we were talking about awesome points, mercy points, things like that. Halfdan did very good. I argued for Vivian doing a lot of awesome.
I'd say Halfdan wins that one.
All right.
Personally, I would say both of us.
Yeah,
you know.
but he's only awarding 1 point. So
As in, I'm gonna limit to a max of 2 points for awesome / mercy. Usually.
I think that Halfdan should get the mercy. He just spilled his dark secret for 2 people.
But they're Malkavians, so they're friendly. So it's not that
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Could be worse, could be the Tremere knowing. Could be the Tremere summoning this week and present Fallen.
God, please no.
I do think Vivian's going to request one day to beat her if she comes back to town.
I mean, you're assuming she has left.
This is a good point.
From her mind, you would have noticed that she often wears different faces when coming to meet him. So,
Oh, cool.
at least once or twice in the, 40 years, so that's at least 15-20 times that they've met. So yeah, she can apparently disguise herself in some way. So she might not give a fuck about being on a newspaper. Probably doesn't, in fact.
I feel like she's proud of that. If anything.
Frames it on the wall.
But yeah, I was saying I thought Vivian did pretty awesome in general. For multiple reasons.
Keegan tells you to do it in the bushes like a good doggo.
But he's a bear.
I frenzy.
Okay. You get a pair of owl ears.
All the better to hear those moans with.
Fuck's sake. That's definitely a not safe for work stream.
You think?
So,
Twitch stream.
oh god.
Go, just-
Bacon, what do you regret about your recent actions, or what would you do differently?
What a regret. I regret not succeeding at getting rid of all the status from Halfdan, and I will try to uh, get a better argument next time why he should not be. Why should he lose the status and why he did wrong?
All right. William, what do you regret about your recent actions or would do differently?
Hmm.
Can be one or the other, doesn't have to be both. Let them just be,
Yeah, I
you
understand
know,
that.
teacher's pets.
Hmm.
Okay, you all need some time
I
to think.
I regret not trying. Well, what would he regret? Not I. Hmm. Possibly regret. Yeah, I think he'd regret not, participating harder with the whole thing, where they were trying to get a half chance lose status.
Hmm. Okay. Epic. What do you regret about your recent actions or would do differently given the chance?
Uh, I think that she would generally regret what has happened to Bobby with this knowledge. It seems to have really shooken him up.
Ye-
As far as recent actions that she would change, she really would have preferred, especially now that the prince was, definitely okay coming back and such. If she had known that was going to turn out all right, not hurrying up our negotiator so much, letting him get to a better spot and such instead of just trying to get him as quick as possible.
I think you were actually
But
trying to
when he did,
delay him, though.
only when we figured out what he was like. I was trying to find out what he was like as fast as possible.
Yeah, and you were trying to delay him after that.
That's correct.
So when were you hurrying him other than to you were just trying to
No,
get
no,
to
no.
him quickly?
Hurrying him as in trying to try and get to know him as fast as possible.
Oh, you would have preferred to bond with him at a more reasonable speed.
Yeah, instead of trying to do it the way it ended up going.
Okay. Okay, this one is gonna be a weird one for willpower. But I'm gonna try and phrase this very carefully. So, Demi,
Yes.
there are any number of bad decisions or bad moments that have happened. So, what has Halfdan gone through or done that was a bad idea or was bad but felt good?
Um,
um, a bad idea but felt good. Huh. I wonder. Well, I mean, should I sort of list, or is it a list, or should I just put one thing?
One, the one that stands out the most to Halfdan.
I'm trying to remember from previous sessions if I did anything. Uh,
More recent is better, but you can weave in things from
yeah,
a couple sessions back if you want.
I mean, if we're going for most recent, I mean, it's definitely this part. I knew this was a bad idea, but fuck me if it wasn't worse.
Rolls of what demon calls it right before sunrise.
You know those memes of like, hey, my parents aren't home, and you just instantly rush? That is me. Zero fucking regrets.
Bacon. Which of the recent bad decisions or bad developments have nevertheless felt really goddamn satisfying? You might be muted.
No, I'm not. I'm thinking on saying the humiliation, at least tentative of humiliation of Howden, but that isn't a bad decision. It was a good one.
Okay.
So that I made that much bad decisions today.
What about selling out the Tremere? To the
How's
werewolves, I
that a
mean.
bad decision?
Oh yeah, that was some bad decisions like selling to Tremere and I know, selling up the new Elysium before knowing it was an Elysium. It felt good to sell out the Gangrel, but it was the Elysium.
It's fine. It's not like this is gonna be a problem for decades now. Uh, Jackalore, which of the recent bad developments or decisions felt really goddamn satisfying?
Hmm. The fact that I have a book with true names in it,
Not true names, celestial names.
celestial names.
Do you
What was the
have like
decision you had?
No bad events or
Oh my
serious
fucking god, you have eidetic memory. You probably just glanced at the page and you now remember them.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my fuck! Shit! I'll let you have that one. You've earned it. Asshole. No brakes on this train. Okay, Vivian, which of the recent bad developments or bad decisions nerdless felt really goddamn satisfying?
Ah, these recent pranks are amazing.
Give me a specific one if possible.
Oh, but it's also good. I feel so good. Like with Kensia. That was great. I loved it. It was great. I'd do it again. 10 out of 10. Just, oh, hi, new vampire. Nice to meet you. I'm going to tell you all these things that are true, but are also going to be taken the complete wrong way.
Yeah, that was definitely a moment like that. So, have your willpower points, Demi and Epic, 3 XP, you two each. And which of the NPCs, either one of them or several of them, which of them stood out as being amazing, competent, involved, learning?
Thorbrand!
You want Thorbrand to get even stronger.
Yes! Thorbrand did amazing!
God damn it.
He caused Demi to fall out of his seat, it sounded like.
Pamela just stage whispering in the back, shut the fuck up, that's fucking Thorbrand, shut the fuck up! Don't attract attention, you idiots!
What about you guys? What do you think? I think Thorbrand.
Yeah,
What,
Thorbrand.
NPCs?
Yeah.
Thorbrand.
Yeah,
Brand.
Thorbrand. Like literally comes in, everybody shut the fucks up, and there was like 25 of us.
I think you. Did I mishear something? I thought I heard something falling on your head, Demi. Sounded like you fell out of your seat or something.
Pretty
When
much.
Thorbrand came in, a little bit, yeah, I almost fell. I have a tendency to just scroll up and down on the map, just like slowly and something in a rhythm. And I just scroll down and I see his face, I'm like, "Suka bleh."
Tell me that's not amazing.
Okay, he's already sitting at, well, a lot more than you. But I'll give him a couple of points, sure. He met the Camarilla for a while in decades, probably, so sure. Mildly
Ah.
less suicidally stupid than the Sabbat. Might not need to kill as many of them.
Oh, I need more willpower points.
Same here.
Okay. Bobby, that's kind of mildly self-interested and on behalf of Halfdan to some extent. But I'll give you
I'm considering
two.
that.
But I'll give you two for heroic efforts to save the gangrel moron.
That is very true.
I think I already gave you a point for a really good time, Demi.
Willpower?
Yeah, during this session.
Yeah, 1 willpower.
Mm-hmm. Is this actually enough to shift you towards a particular nature if you still want to change? Not just what you did, but the consequence afterwards.
Yeah, actually, this is a good time to actually ask everybody else. I still want to sort of be like a little bit free, but also much more responsible than a regular bon vivant like my ass. What would fit? Maybe a celebrant?
I think we were also discussing director because you were disliking the amount of chaos that was happening.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of hypocritical at this point.
I mean, you could just,
That'd be very true.
be genuinely sorry and be changing your ways. Like, this is the final straw, and you realize that you need to quit cold turkey. Sometimes people just sober up.
I'm not sure. That's why I'm asking everybody else. What do they think?
Architect was also a thing we were considering, Demi, I think.
We were considering a lot of things. Even deviant now works.
Deviant's about kind of rubbing it in the faces of everyone.
Without
Deviant-
retribution. Ah.
Yeah,
regain a point of willpower anytime you're able to flout social mores without retribution.
I mean, he sort of got away with it. People tried to retribute that, but failed.
That might actually be for a limited amount. That might actually be my demeanor by this point.
That's fucking damn it. Okay.
Maybe gallant as well.
That is every bit as chaotic and often more so than Bon Vivant. Jackal or Nepic will remember Bronson. Bacon too.
Yep, of course.
yeah.
Bronson.
So, Demi, first Bronson moment that ever happened, first session when I was a Steen. There's a little dog left under the car to warn the Sabbat when people show up and go into the building. The players spend like 15 minutes trying to decide what to do. At one point I say, fuck it. This dude's nature says that, whatever. So he just picks up the dog by the scruff of his neck and jams his hand in its mouth as it tries to make noise. Blood everywhere, dog is silent. One of the vampires cuts the dog's throat. Bronson.
What the absolute fuck?
I know!
I love that guy.
I
They ended
I
up
know, it was a
embracing
decent dude.
him. They made him a vampire.
He was a
I
good
like
dude.
I like animals, so that guy could go fuck himself. Jesus Christ, man.
I mean, he used to wear a werewolf skin after killing one.
Yeah, this
Hey,
Wednesday.
look, I played Yorick. He wore alien interdimensional being skin after killing it. We were family. Kind of, not really.
Actually, here's a nature that I found that might work.
Well,
I don't know,
before
yeah, you guys-
Jackalor, I think, wants to head off soon. So, Jackalor, do you want to make a argument for You know what? Have a point for conniver. You don't necessarily know that Bacon was planning this all along, but so from your point of view, it's kind of like, oh hey, I did this thing and got the prince to go after Halfdan for me.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm tired.
I should go through the NPCs and make sure to tick up their willpower by like 1, maybe 2 points in some case, because I have been neglecting that a bit. And that some of them
Yeah.
wouldn't be as drained as they have become. But yeah, Bacon, nature. Now you got beat
As
in the
compared
competition
to,
by Vivian.
yeah, I don't think that was another competition that went on.
You're not winning many of these competitions, are you?
Yeah, I should choose to try to compete with people that are not good.
Well, then it's not a real competition. Bacon, why don't you give me a luck die? Okay, let's see. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you. You could have a point. As far as you know, Neville doesn't have Pet La Sombre, at least ones that he's parading out openly.
Yeah, true. Ha, I won.
Okay, so so uh, we're gonna wrap it here for the XP, so the players may go if they wish, but I'm gonna keep recording for a little bit longer as we discuss Halfdan's potential nature change.
Yeah,
I
likewise.
actually have a quick question. I feel like I'm trying to. I feel like something happened earlier that I felt would get me willpower back, but I don't remember what it was. It was before all the Halfdan stuff and all that. Anyone remember what that might have been?
Oh.
Wait. What exactly do you remember anything from it?
I just have a feeling like I made a note in my mind of, yeah, I might get willpower for this. Bring it up later. Um,
Uh,
Who are you mothering at the start of this? Shit.
I really don't remember for some
It
reason
might
all of the
have
latest stuff.
it might have been trying to help the random fucked up Gangrel. But that was kind of a figure out what's wrong and stop the problem, not so much take care of him, especially since he seemed to be fine at the moment.
I don't think it was that one particularly. I don't think so.
Well,
It's like I'm forgetting something. Sorry. I was just gonna see if
yeah,
anyone might remember.
I don't think we do, so just feel free to think about it. We're gonna talk about Demi's stuff.
Sure.
So we have a short list of what gallant, celebrant, architect. You're dismissing director, right?
yeah, director. Yeah, director now. I think I'm much more. I'm sort of like a middle. I'm like almost 60% a little bit chaos and 40% order. So, but director goes much more on order, so that doesn't fit me. One thing that I did found that might work is confident.
Link it to me, but generally, if it's not in the core book, it's generally from bullshit other system.
I just browse fucking. I just browse.
Then give me a link to reference
this.
desk. I need to look at the wording myself if I'm gonna prove it. That just takes me to the fucking.
Well, yeah, you don't have an actual fucking link to it. Just go on and see.
Confidant. Okay. Honestly, I don't see it. I would see this as a good shift for Vivian. Not so much for you.
What nature was it? Oh,
Confidant. You don't generally.
Yeah.
You are
I can see
more
that,
about projecting your personality than listening to theirs, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if we also take in other stats. For example, charisma is forceful.
Oh gods,
Definitely.
I fucking hate that. But oh, the fact about you projecting your personality, that's a classic gallant. You've been playing like a gallant already.
he has. This is very true. I've noticed.
Oh,
So
he's
I
worse than
guess.
Bronson because in Springfield I curbed my worst impulses to save you young fools. I tried to protect you in every way I could. He will not hold back. And he has much more power to go with his madness.
Gallants seek the company of others, if only to earn their adoration. Yeah, kind of. I like to be the star of the show sometimes. I mean, I guess that's a reason why I'm a storyteller as well. Everybody's focused on me.
So
I
it's
think
less
I'm a
about
gallant.
the good times now and more about just having attention. You're getting addicted to it. The prince called you out. Everyone saw you take the blow and shrug.
And once again, god damn it, this can only go fucking with dual natures. It is that I love the attention, but I also love being with other people.
That's fine.
So it's like,
You need other people to have attention.
Yeah. It's. Okay, bye, Bacon. Later.
goodbye, Megan.
Only Rose Changeling. Character creation. Part 2 of who knows how many.
So yeah, I guess I'm a gallant. What is it? What exactly is the biggest difference between gallant and celebrant?
Oh
Celebrant has
boy.
actually a cause, right?
Celebrant has a cause and a gallant. A celebrant doesn't give a fuck if he is necessarily recognized. He cares about making an impact, right? So as
Right.
long as the cause is getting progressed, you are fucking good. You have a way of doing things and a system or an ideology or a cause or something you believe in and you push that, right? As long as you're making
Right.
headway on that, you know, you're
Yeah, I think if we're talking about nature change, I think I'm definitely becoming a gallant.
and now the Valkyrians know that you're fucking a demon so you can brag.
Brag about fucking a demon in the Camarilla. Wow.
Just hope the Archons don't show up. I'm gonna need to port Constance over. She might have a word about this.
I get to see Constance again?
No promises. Constance was a demon hunting Archon demi.
I need to rewatch. I feel like I'm missing some. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, well, if you don't recall this by the end of it, we're not gonna retroactively go back, just so you know.
Oh, okay, yeah. Screw it.
Well,
I don't think I'm remembering it. I just feel like I've left a note in my own mind saying, remember this, and I forgot it.
Noob.
what about competitor?
Um, I suppose that could work in theory.
I don't think you give that much of a fuck about other people's opinions, though. You care about doing your own thing. I don't really see competitor. At least, I mean,
I would agree.
yeah, it could be stretched to fit, but it isn't a good fit.
But yeah, I think it could fit, just not great.
You know, I think this is actually a good thing because I actually like that I have a character who cannot be fully specified on a single fucking nature.
I
It makes him actually
think
human.
it's fine.
I mean, if you care
nature's-
about keeping the... I mean, Bon Vivant is also about realizing how shallow a lot of this crap that vampires do is. So if you're the kind of person that goes, I mean, it's just a demon, she hasn't done anything bad as far as I know, what's the big deal, I'm just having fun, then you're a Bon Vivant.
That is my kind of view on her relationship with her.
I mean, my character is just aware that, you know, reputation versus actual person is a different thing. Willing to take a wait and see approach.
Actually, you know what, I'm gonna say this, Demi, in terms of what you know about the demon. She would have probably at some point when you were talking about mentioned that she was summoned, but she would have refused to talk further about it and, you know, have that kind of a, you know, those assholes slash that shit look on her face.
Mm.
So you Epic would also be aware of this, having, you know, read his mind in relation to
Totally.
her at the very least. So don't discount the possibility of her horribly slaughtering a cult somewhere when they fucked with her too much.
So 3.3 XP, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually read back on Bon Vivant. I could actually stay just the Bon Vivant, but just change slightly. Actually, there's actually a sentence here. The Bon Vivant is not necessarily irresponsible. Rather, she's simply predisposed to having a good time along the way. So I could still stay as a Bon Vivant, but just be much more responsible and thoughtful.
So
And just
change your
really use it.
demeanor to like a director. So you act like you're against chaos, but don't care that much. Deep down.
Actually, I think that's the best thing. Not change my nature, change my demeanor.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
go from a traditionalist to a director. So you're a little less traditional gangrel, we don't bow to anyone, and a little more about some actual functioning order.
Let's have. I mean, I made a mistake, definitely, but I've learned from that. Now let's have fun, but let's not fuck things up. I think that's the best thing that I can actually think of right now, and I think that makes sense.
The demon will think you've become boring, though.
Not until I get another 10 successes.
I mean, if you buff enough, that's also a point. At some point, a mortal can no longer compete. Not against a 7th gen.
Ah, no. If they can't compete, she's gonna be a 2 attached. Help.
I mean, you want to turn her into an actual ally, right?
Kinda.
Okay, well, go
so
ahead
yeah,
and
let me
change your
just-
demeanor then.
I might need to change my demeanor, by the way.
Well, what are you thinking of?
I'm thinking of switching the demeanor from child to idealist.
Idealist as in believing in the cause of this city and Camarilla?
More or less. Not the Camarilla part. Well,
Uh,
not specifically that. But
I-
definitely the city and such.
I think Architect is a better demeanor then.
Sure. Actually, yeah, that does make more sense.
Yeah. Go for it.
Alrighty
Just to
then.
represent a changing in, you know, how she goes about things in a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Side note, I get 4 XP, right?
3. I'm not gonna give you both a mercy point and
Yeah.
an awesome point when someone else is getting an awesome.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
And I'm gonna end the recording here. I'm glad we figured this out.